Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. It has all come to a close and today is the last day. So today is going to be garden cleanup. It's going to be in the 70s today. Weather's perfect. No rain in the forecast. So we're going to get this done. We are going to leave the carrots till after the first frost. And I'm not ready to process these anyway right now. So yeah, I'm going to leave those. And then everything else is pretty much done. Calendula, tomatoes, hyssop. I pulled out that other plant that I thought was a marigold. What wasn't? It was prickly as all get out. Yeah, crazy. But we are also going to leave the sorrel, which actually, considering our colder weather these past couple of nights, is actually blooming flowers. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. I don't know if I'm supposed to pick those before they bloom into a flower or afterwards. So, yep. We've got some more mullein coming. I've got peppers to pick. Those are sweet peppers. Okra never did anything. Already pulled out the cucumbers. So over in the main garden, the orchard, the mini orchard, you can see it's starting to feel the effects of the colder weather we had, and the squirrels digging up. These all look like this. I put some more soil in them, put some straw on top, and they were all looking like that. But as you can see, and I trimmed my raspberries, they digging up. And the funny thing is, this is a peach tree. They haven't dug up that. I guess they didn't think they put any nuts in that one, but everything else, yeah, pretty much everything else has been dug up in some way, form, or fashion. Even right here, the other fig trees, this apple tree, this is a mulberry. Yeah, mulberry, they went to town on that. So yeah, but this is pretty much ready for the winter. We're going to move it into this main garden when we get it cleared out, because this is where we pile up our snow off the driveway. So over here, we're gonna move those fruit trees over here. See, I'm actually starting to pick the last of the hot peppers, which are numerous in there. And I actually planted some fall crops, which aren't doing that well because, as you can see once again, the squirrels are digging it up. And this was mustard greens, and this was lettuce, butter crunch lettuce. But pretty much everything else is done. My poor watermelon. I'll put a picture of it in here. Yeah, it's not gonna win any prizes this year. But it was a rattlesnake variety. So hopefully next year it will grow a lot bigger. I think I just started it too late. I'm gonna start it earlier for next year's. Tomatoes, all this broccoli and Brussels sprouts I planted for the fall garden did absolutely nothing. Yep. The kale, and that keeps growing back. I don't know how many harvested. About 2 or 3 off of that one plant, and it's coming back again. You can see down the bottom where I harvested it. This is another green, collard greens, and I've harvested them several times. I actually cut this down. I forgot to pull out the stumps. I don't know if you can see right there. I cut them all down to that, like about, I don't know, 4 inches from the ground, and they are just sprouting up again. I think I'm just gonna throw these away. We have so much in storage already. And picked all the tomatoes. It's just green left. These big ones, like this one right here, if it's not been eaten off of, we're gonna take it inside and ripen it on the counter. My amaranth is actually coming back. I harvested so much off of this. Actually, you can see where I cut them down. You see right there where I cut them off, and they're just sprouting out from where I cut them. All that. I'll be saving that as well. Yeah. And it's already starting to dry out, so that means it's dropping on the ground, but that's okay. I don't mind it growing in this sort of general area. The corn back there is done. Didn't get very much off of it. Beans, I got absolutely none. And one little pumpkin that you saw. I post a picture on my Instagram because it's a lot easier that way. But yeah, today's is going to be get all these peppers out of here. All these hot peppers that you see that are ready. And anything that's already gone bad, it's going to go into this bucket, and that's going to be fed to my worm bin. I don't know if you can see this. Let me see. This is what the squirrel activity. The squirrel activity up there and the birds and stuff. See that? Yeah, that's all they are in my garden. That's birds right there, collected for the winter. But yeah, around here, I guess we only 2 people that I know of, myself and one other person actually has a garden. So I guess this is a gold mine for them to find out what they need for winter. But yeah, that's going to be our project today. This is what my garden looks like before we start the winter cleanup. And I'll show you what it looks like after. So I just want to show you how we know the birds have come to visit. You see that bird feather right there? And I find these all over the garden. So I know it's either the birds or the squirrels doing this. I think the squirrels maybe over there in the little mini orchard, and then maybe the squirrels over here. I don't know, vice versa. But yeah, we have a lot of activity this winter because of people. I should say people. No, animals, creatures, birds, rabbits, everything trying to stock up for winter. But it's okay, because what's in here, not that much left, and we've pretty much harvested a good bit out of here, so we can share with them. So here is the after. We left the carrots in. Everything else has been pulled out. Some of the things we got out of there. These are the same. Well, the sweet peppers are gone. We picked what was there, and here is the main garden. The mustard greens and the lettuce we left, of course. We might get something out of that, but everything else other than these are both Scotch bonnets. I'm going to try to save some more peppers off of them. There's quite a few on each. I'm going to try and save some more for that. Hopefully they ripen up and get bigger. Like I said, today's high was 77. And tonight was supposed to get rain. Tomorrow was supposed to get rain. Monday was supposed to get rain. So we'll see. Everything else is pulled out. The compost bin. Pellets for building stuff. Yeah. Everything else has been pulled out. Cleaned up. Everything else is gone. And then the mini orchard looks the same. I haven't done anything to that. I did some of the pots that had flowers in. I took them out and threw them, like this one for instance. I'm going to take the soil out of that and just dump it in the main garden. Yeah. So this is pretty much it for the winter, and then we're going to move these into that main garden over there so we can pile our snow here. I know last year we didn't get that much, but previous year we got quite a bit, and the pile got high right here, probably about 4 feet tall, and the whole way across. We had a little walkway here to get into our garage because it snowed so much, and we have a doubly long driveway, and it's double wide. So yeah, excuse me. Whew. Yeah, that's it. And we cut the grass. It really needs some water. As you can see, it is brown. But yeah, that's the garden for the winter. I am thinking about putting down a cover crop. I've done it before. Didn't really work out that well for me, but I might do it again this year. I've heard that the soil does not like to be bare, but sometimes I put leaves on it, sometimes I don't. I amend it in the springtime anyway, so yeah, I'm not even gonna worry about it if I don't. But that's the garden closeout for 2025. And here is the rest of the harvest. Amaranth, and then lots of green tomatoes, some peppers. This big old squash that got lost in the weeds and everything else. And there's a couple of onions in there that I missed. Some cherry tomatoes, some green cherry tomatoes. And I think that's about it. I don't know what else is under here. Peppers, hot peppers, more hot peppers. So that's what's left out of the garden. And this is the harvest that came out of the garden at the beginning of the month, where I had my rattlesnake watermelon that it was about 5 pounds. I actually did weigh it. I actually considered filming and putting it in as an entry for watermelon awards, but I knew it wasn't going to win any awards. But it was so delicious, so sweet, even though it was small. It was so good. One of the best watermelons we've had in a while. So definitely next year I'll be starting it a lot earlier. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and click that notification bell to be notified when I upload videos. God bless, and remember, stay safe and keep prepping.